It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And all eyes are on Saquon Barkley. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Giants and the Ravens, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We welcome everybody to Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Giants. Up in the booth, I'm Brandon Gunn alongside Charles Davis, and the two ground games in this one are two of the best in the NFL. In fact, you've got the #1 rushing offense against a third-ranked rushing attack. So get your track shoes ready for this one.
And if you like two teams that just love to run the football to drive their offenses, you've come to the right place because we've got a nice old-school battle of wills in the trenches in this one.
Teams have met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. Taking it about the 1. Here's Robinson. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 107 yards, and the touchdown.
And he's been a touchdown machine for this season. He's #1 in the league in rushing touchdowns. So that has to help the entire offense as a whole. Play action passes, other people have a chance to touch the football because if you're a defense, you absolutely have to key on him.
Second down, here's Barkley again. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. The Giants at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Jones. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now Jackson on first down. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
A man who missed all of 2021. This is J.K. Dobbins. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 95 yards.
They've won 2 straight games and have done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll try and run right on the option. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on the opening drive as it's 4th down.
Just for baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
With it is Jackson. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing Jones. Looking for Shepard deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Down carry for Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle it for just a short gain.
Jones on third down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Jackson. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. We get a peek at Sterling Shepard as the Giants get set for their upcoming series.
He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
After 1 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jones. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 42. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
To throw on third down, Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Second down, here's Barkley again. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Back to throw. Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. Talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Gano's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Well, we had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, Week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in Week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night, and then tomorrow Monday Night Football has the Broncos and Chargers from SoFi. That's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. Kickoff 5:15 local time for that one out in Southern California. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Jackson. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Yeah, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And he elects not to bring this one out as his guys will take over at the 25. Saquon Barkley and the Giants. To kick off their next drive. You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead. He could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry?
That's okay. No, he can overcome that.
I'm not apologizing to you.
No.
Okay?
I like your attitude. But you're right. What's got to happen for it to actually occur? Offensive line has continued blocking the way they've been blocking. He has to stay healthy. But also, it's not just the idea that he's going to run the football, but you got to run it against numbers that dictate you throwing the football. Sometimes when you have 6 to block and you only have 5 guys, you've got to block them anyway, and he has to make someone miss as well the rest of the year.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Jones got his man complete over the middle. It's Shepard. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, it's exactly what you're looking for.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams would take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you wanted to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape for a 1st and goal.
And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. 5 points. Drive, and it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones looking and finding Shepard on the crossing route. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a tick under a minute to go before half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones, there goes a deep ball, end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's complete to Shepard. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in the field goal range down at the 27-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Going for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Based on my math, they've only converted 1 time. This game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Gano's kick is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football. Jackson looking to throw on third. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game.
You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. 43 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Here's a give up the middle. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. Odafe Oweh there on the tackle.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll go to Barkley again. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Here's Jones throwing on 4th down to Shepard, complete over the middle. Down inside the 10, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Another try for Barkley. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
On 4th down, Jones. Touchdown, Giants! Sterling Shepard, his 3rd touchdown now in the year. And the Giants have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. To a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a 3rd-quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
They're going to run it with Barkley. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Well, Charles, there's some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
And that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
On second down, a run with Dobbins.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Here's Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
30. 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
69 yards.
And the Ravens have got it back to within a score.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. Since emerging from the locker room at intermission, he's looked pretty sharp, hasn't he?
He's running in this third quarter like he got the orange slices at the head.
Oh, yeah.
You remember
he got the orange slices, not the carrot stick.
Oh, boy.
There was always that mom, wasn't there?
There's always that mom. Wasn't yours, wasn't mine. All right, the carrot sticks. But this guy, orange slices, and been reading the Surface tablet, watching the defenses, and he's made some nice adjustments.
It was Justin Houston who got him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd and 12, Jones throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now it's Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he's able to get up here to the 26. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And it'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And they will take over first and 10. And New York set to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On second down, here's Barkley. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 87 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On third down, Barkley. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. Fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, first and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have to lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there at a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Jones now on third down. And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Gano's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 27-21, a minute 52 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Y'all got time. Let's go. All right, go get him now.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Here's a sneak with Jones. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Giants, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.
It's week 7 of the 2022 season, and all eyes are on Saquon Barkley. He had a terrific performance last week with 128 rushing yards. It's the Giants and the Jaguars, just ahead on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State at TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Giants and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Jaguars in this matchup. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power rankings, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019, Daniel Jones under center.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 128 yards.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team, and everything runs through you in terms of offense.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. The Giants sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they were able to tough it out last week, a close one-score game. And those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team because everyone gains confidence, and they feel like they can continue to get better.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
A first down carry for Barkley. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 41 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll run it again with Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's Foley Fatukasi into the backfield with ease and making the stick for a loss.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Here's a give to Barkley. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown of the year. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his 2nd season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Lawrence to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. On the return, Jackson. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Making that play behind the line was Dwayne Smoot.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones over the middle, and it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Shepard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive, it comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Jones on 3rd and 2. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. The 20, 10, and the Jags are going to take possession of the football. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Open man right side is Ingram. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. The kick by Parkey is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So golden field position there is squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit to hold them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. We'll get a look at Sterling Shepard as he and the rest of the offense march out into place. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff, you got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, trying to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakin.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Jones.
Yeah, that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve, 4th down.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal.
On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears and Patriots from Foxborough. A rematch of Super Bowl 20. Bears won that one 46-10. But fear not for the Patriots. If I remember correctly, they've won a few in the years following.
From the 29, Lawrence. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
That was earning a first down the hard way. You want your quarterback to be a scrapper, but you also want to keep him upright. He paid for that first down by taking a big-time hit.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Let's go.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
On second down, a run with Etienne.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Travis Etienne, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from drawing level.
The point after through the raindrops up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And now out come the Giants.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down.
A quick pass here. He's got Shepard. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Well, 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Jones now on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 38, Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
On 3rd down, Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. To throw again on 2nd down, Lawrence. He'll get that underneath ETN. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They go play action now. Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 39. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Parkey is good, and that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. DJ Chark, a touchdown reception. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And they trail the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to the half. Tom Brady at it again. 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, a touchdown pass there. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. It's a tight football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play good.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Gano for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night. Later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from evening this one up. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
From the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 107 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now Saquon Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Shepard will go in motion right. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. Now this time he'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd and 5. Barkley. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now it's Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On the run, it's Barkley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll find Golladay. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Barkley, inside handoff. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed.
This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
They'll run with Barkley. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and pick it up.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
Saquon Barkley taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Etienne up the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards to pick up first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence. Lawrence hit and the ball is free.
And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Gano now to add the extra point.
And the lead is up to 14.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
They'll look to Etienne to start things out.
No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
64 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
On first down, right back to Etienne.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Lawrence with a completion to Kirk.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Christian Kirk, 57 yards.
And the Jaguars are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. he adds the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. This one taken just inside the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And this will be a Giants first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
To throw on 3rd down. Jones. James has got it. Complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Lawrence to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Opposite. Check. Hand. Lock it. Kill.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have Jones first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 37. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Malik McDowell busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
I'm ready.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because it's so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 162 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll run it again. Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, we give our teammates a chance to win it, and that's exactly what they did.
Now, and he loses the football a 2nd time.
Go, Jackson, come on!
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Able to find Jones. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Back to throw, Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Three yards remain for second down. Here's Lawrence. Gets this quickly to Ingram. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. And we've reached the 1 minute mark in this game. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Man open, here's Jones. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Throwing now, Lawrence. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Now Parkey for the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Jones.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. And now it's second down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. To throw is Jones. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here's Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now one final throw incomplete, and time will run out here in the fourth quarter, and we are going to overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Jaguars going to get possession of the football first here in this overtime session as the kick is away from the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He's still on his feet, and he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A huge play there in overtime, and even 50 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Etienne. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score and OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all. And then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play, because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great, great game that we bore witness to. So for the Jaguars, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Denver Broncos next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. it.